and used to know how to dress, but the brothers school me. Back then, I'm just tell you, I'm talking about in the '80s now. I'm just talking know what I'm talking about. Brother, you had to come out clean. You couldn't come out to the club looking like look
Did
at
you
here.
have a
Y'all don't
Jerry
know what I'm
curl?
talking about. You couldn't come
Did
out
you
to
have
the
a Jerry
club.
curl?
You couldn't come out to the club not, doing what you need to do. Okay. You had to look a certain way. So the brothers I was rolling with, they was dark brothers. So I cleaned up good. I looking like a good looking brother. Okay. Dressed good. And I remember when I went to the table and said, hey, and they go, oh man, y'all, I'm a clown here. The fellas, they knew I was green, but they said, you done pulled yourself up. Oh, look at you, dude. You got an old woman on you, bro. And they said, oh, slick, you about to go get you some. I'm just they were clowning on you. You got to know these are my boys. They knew that I was green. They knew I was still trying to get my thing. So they were so proud. They said, oh, and they said, oh, she's picking you up. I said, yeah. And yeah, so I'm gonna go to the hands that I don't need to tell you anymore, but I went home with her that night. Okay, and that's what I'm gonna leave with that and go to the hands. Let's see.
I think we got Miles first, and then
No, no,
Negro, and
was it
then
Miles
J-Call.
first?
I believe
Joe.
so.
Okay,
Miles first.
Miles.
Hey, Uncle Mishan,
Yeah.
let me ask you a question.
What's
Uh,
up?
what country was you in at 21 years old?
What country? I was in.
Yeah.
I was America.
Okay. Okay. I thought you was in Germany at that
No,
time.
no, my Germany experience didn't happen until late '80s. I was in, and that was I got some frauds in my life too. Okay, yeah, but no, but that was in the late '80s.
How many years did you spend in Germany?
Oh, 5 years, man.
Wow.
Sergeant Major had to run me up out of there, bro. He said you had too much fun.
Man, that's where I'm
That's
not. I'm not in the military,
that's
but
it
that's
right
what I
there.
hear about Germany all the time.
Yeah, yeah. Pardon me.
Yeah,
But
brother.
hey,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
pardon me, Mr. Fowles. But the thing what I'm trying to get to is that's what makes you so different. You know, you was exposed to a lot of different things, and it's hard for some people to trying to take you and try to read you and stuff. But
Right,
that's not their problem. That's what you asking this question: who can define me and my blackness? And that's why I was listening to you. You was talking about you had to reach out to other black people to learn how to be black.
right.
And I don't understand. I mean, for me, I don't. Bad. I guess it's apologize for me saying I understand.
No,
This
no. I
was
want you
this
to
is
say it. I want you to say it, and I can explain to you why.
okay. I just don't understand why did you have to go out and try to go to other black people for their approval for you to know that you was black. You know.
Because, brother, I was
But
18.
is it black or culturally black?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Right.
saying. That's what you're trying to get. I don't know. I don't know
Culturally
Yeah,
black.
it
the
was so
hood.
I
You
can be
trying to be
received.
hood
Yeah, I
black.
was trying to be received, but you got to understand the military, and I first had that experience in the military. So in the military, you better find who you roll with, or you be an outcast. Okay, so you better find who you. Let me say that again. Okay, if you don't identify who you're gonna roll with, you're gonna be an outcast. And one thing you don't want to do, you don't want to be an outcast. Okay, so what I had to
It's like
do,
jail.
yeah, yeah, you better find those folks you gonna roll with. So
I'm familiar with that, Mr. Fowler.
yeah,
One,
okay,
yeah, yeah,
yeah. Do you
That's a
understand what I'm saying? So
yes, sir. And
regardless of whatever you talking about, I didn't know what it is to be black, but I was told that I wasn't. Okay, I wasn't there, and so the brothers who took me under their wings, they became my what? My covering. Do they make sense?
your
They
mentors.
yeah, that's right. They were my mentors. Exactly. Okay.
Okay.
So they also were my covering, and they also kept me from a lot of other bullshit. Okay. I'm just speaking to saying what I'm saying. That if I could have easily had an 18-year-old kid, very naive, I could have easily went other avenues and everything. But these straight brothers from the street and everything took me under their wings and everything. And I thank God for that, man. When I came back to Miami, after going through basic training, learning how to push ups. My body had formed. I developed. I looked in that clean uniform and everything. When I big Joe, do I need to tell when my little brother can tell you. He said when you came back from the military from base, you didn't even stay home. You know why? I was trying to make up for lost time, brothers. I'm like, what the in Miami before I left Miami. When I came back from basic training and AIT, shoot, when I walked back into Miami, those girls saw me my uniform. Man, shoot, I look at it here. Let me get to these hands. Y'all don't ain't feeling me. Y'all ain't you know what I'm talking about.
And in South Florida, it's like the models be at the bus stop.
Oh, smack. Go ahead, bro.
Here in Louisville, they think a 6 is a 6. Nah,
Yeah.
that's a 3.
No, in Miami, you pull up with all those sisters and you looking fine and shit. Man, y'all don't even know what I'm talking about. I had the best time of my life coming when I came in. My little brother said, you never stayed home.
Come on, Negro.
Let's go, Negro.
Are you sure it wasn't
No,
Brother
not
Hall?
Negro. No, not Negro. No.
Yeah,
Go to
I wasn't
Jova.
brother.
Go to Joe. No, not you, Negro. Go to my
Oh,
brother.
wait. I was
right
it
here.
Jehovah? I thought it was Brother Hawk.
Well, Jehovah don't have a hand up. What are you talking
Yes,
about?
you do. Yes, you do.
I'm not seeing
Yeah,
it. I see Gabriel with a hand
I
up.
don't see. I don't see the hand
Yeah,
up.
Yeah, I see the hand. No,
yeah.
I know it's her because I saw
No.
her immediately.
No. She's not even a
It's
speaker.
him.
But
It's him.
it's text
Whoever
will
it is.
got a hand up.
Yeah, I tried to approve it, but it's not even a speaker yet.
Oh, it's
But
not?
yeah,
Okay. All right.
Man,
Yeah.
you just trying to push the Negro to the
I'm
back
not.
of the
No, I'm
line.
not. I'm just
You
looking
are.
at what
Yeah,
I'm
you
looking
are.
at, bro.
Nah, can
You
y'all
need
hear
to
me?
get them cheaters, man. You need to get them glasses. You need to get them cheaters over there.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I had a couple of questions though. But now you said that you had got put under their wing, but before then, what you saying that the military or your upbringing didn't have you
I was
operating in your
sheltered.
black?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, shit. That defined your blackness right there. But you was already, you know, it was just the fact that, it was a natural gravitation. Of course you were sheltered, but that's a natural gravitation. And, shout out to them brothers, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they
Uh,
schooled me, brother. They took me under the wings, okay. But remember, I preference this not being indoctrinated, because you got to understand, I was not indoctrinated black from childhood to 18, 21, 22. So me learning how to be accepted is something that's not the same as being indoctrinated from child, going to the cookouts, hanging out with your family, going through black churches, going through all that, learning all those experiences. I didn't have any of that. I didn't have any of that.
yep.
So you understand? So when I started learning how to be accepted black, I saw being accepted black. Let me be honest with y'all. I mean, I know y'all might get offended, but I'll just keep it on. I saw it being black a lot of buffoonery. I saw it. I mean, I just like that. This book.
but
This
wait a
is,
minute. Wait a minute. You had black family though, right?
bruh. My family was separated from my mother. My mother separated us from all of that. And if you don't read my book, I grew up in a very dysfunctional household. So I can't contribute being black to my childhood. Because if I contribute black to my childhood, brother, woo Lord, no, you see, that's a whole nother conversation. So I cannot contribute being black to how I grew up in my household, okay? Because my mother kept us separated from anything. We didn't go to no black churches, no cookouts, no nothing. We just grew up in Miami, I lived the upper bougie, sheltered, square kid, okay? Kid. Then she put me in the military at 18 years old. And that's when I got experience to the first time I heard someone tell me, I'm going to tell you how they said it to me. So, y'all, I don't like saying, you ain't black. What's wrong with you? You from Miami? Whatever Miami was. I didn't know what Miami was. These
Is
guys was from Philly,
is my
New
mic working?
Jersey. Yeah, these guys are from New
Right.
York, Jersey, and everything. And they were like saying to me, brother, how can you be from Miami, man? What the hell wrong with you? And you ain't, what's wrong with you, dude? So these guys took me under their wings and showed me the errors that I had been sheltered from. Do that make sense? I hope that y'all received that, man. That's what I'm talking about.
At least you grew up going to the beach, right? You said Miami
Yeah,
shot too deep.
we went to the beach. Yeah. We went
No,
to
I'm
the
not trying to be
beach.
fun. Trying to,
And
I know I'm trying to be
I'm
real.
not taking it. No, yeah, we
Yeah,
went to the Miami Beach and
yeah.
everything, but
So that's
still, going to the
different.
beach with your family is not going to the beach with other culture of people. I mean, with culture of people. I just went to the beach with my family, but I also fish.
You swim,
We
right?
go.
You know how to swim.
Yeah, I know how to swim.
And
Uh,
you grew up swimming, right?
yeah.
Uh,
And we had a boat. I
Because
mean,
them
we
guys from Philly, I ain't meant to cut you off. I just want to go this right here. I'm gonna
go ahead.
stop.
No, you can
But them
talk. Go
guys
ahead.
from Philly, they didn't have what you have, like growing up at the beach, you know. So I think they was just mad at you, player hating on you because you so
But you
different.
don't. No, I'm no, but yeah, actually, bro. I was an 18-year-old kid that was lost, man. No, I was one lost 18-year-old kid. I
I
needed.
must have I must
I
have didn't hear the full story. Did they do something bad or they did something
Yeah, I
wrong
received
to
the
you?
no. Who?
Them brothers you got introduced to.
Yeah. I received a blanket party by these brothers, man. This is the reason why they took me under the yard. If you don't, a blanket party is hazing, brother. I got my ass whipped by the platoon, okay, because I was odd. See, let me. You want to go in? Yes, I received a blanket. I was so odd to these brothers. Okay, it all started with it all. I was so odd. You can
You gonna tell them
obviously
why they call it blanket party?
yeah, it was so obvious that I was odd that the drill sergeant set me up. He put me out first day I showed up in basic training when we standing out there waiting for the change clothes and get out of the first day, I was so odd the drill sergeant set me up. Okay, he gonna say Private Floyd. That's what my last name was still Floyd. Private Floyd, come out here and stand out in front of this platoon. He put me out there in front of the platoon. It's till this day. I said this dude must have been inside the building watching how this crap is gonna go down. Okay, he put me out in front of the platoon. This is how it went down. Well, I didn't know they were Black Panthers at the time. I didn't know. I didn't know everybody in the damn platoon was bigger than me. All I do. I was 18 years old, weighing less than 100 pounds. If you understand what I'm saying, I was a little nerdy looking kid. Okay, so one of those guys came out the platoon. He said, "MF, you ain't in charge of them. No, get the hell out. You ain't in charge. Nothing up in here." And so I'm off and everything. So the drill sergeant came down and he came down after that and said, Private Floyd, I put you over here. Why you there? And this is what I want to let you know. My mouth, my innocent mouth is what set the tone. And I truly believe the sergeant set me up. I said, drill sergeant, I was told I ain't charging nothing. That's what I said. And the drill sergeant said, he looked back at the platoon. He said, "Oh, so we got some UMFs up here thinking they're running things up in here, huh?"
Oh yeah, it's over right there.
Yeah, do you already know what happened, right?
Yeah, that
Anybody did military time, you already know what happened. You've done any military. He told me to get back in the platoon, and what happened from there, brother? He dogged us from there, brother. We were getting dogged out. And the reason why we was getting dogged out was because of who? Me. So after 3 weeks of us getting dogged out, no one was talking to me. I wasn't getting nobody. I was the oddball. So I get a late after midnight, yo, Floyd, yo, Floyd, come here, man. I'm like, damn, somebody talking to me. See, I walk in the damn bed, brother. They throw a blanket over and whip my motherfucking ass. Okay. Now,
Damn, this is dirty motherfucker.
yeah. They whip my mother, and I'm speaking like you. They whip my motherfucking ass. Okay. I crawl back to the bed. Okay, crying because here's my options. I can tell them what happened to me, and also I think I'm gonna go back home. I don't know my home. I already know, like I'm going to go home. I want to go home. So the next standing in the platoon, the drill sergeant see me. The drill sergeant see me. He walks right over to me. Even to this day, I realized I was set up. Private Floyd, what happened to you? You can see that I was assaulted, man. I was jacked up, bro. Now, what do y'all think I said? What do you think I said?
You told a lie today.
Yeah, you say you fell down.
Nothing. You tell them nothing.
I told him I fell out of bed. He looked at me and he looked at me. Look at you, Private Floyd. What the hell are you talking about? He asked me 2 times. By the third time, I saw a smirk on his face because I said I was just looking ahead. I fell out of bed, Joe son. The third time, when I saw his smirk on his mouth, I realized he was effing with me. I said, this dude effing with me. So I done something that I had never done. I had never looked another man in his eyes and told him how F I felt. Okay. And I looked around at Drill, looked in his eyes, and I said, Drill Sergeant, I told you I fell out of bed.
Oh.
And he said to me, he said, "Oh, got it." He broke the platoon, and guess who all came around me? You understand something? Guess who all came around me, man? All you do I say it? Everyone got to whip ass, right? And they said, "Man, Floyd, man, we got you, man. You know we all would have went to jail if you were with us." you know, we assaulted you, man. You know, we this whole would have got in trouble and everything. And you know what the crazy thing? And I'm gonna go to the hands at graduation when I was coming out because my basic training turned into to be the best thing that happened to me. At the drill sergeant that happened, he congratulated me. Said you did well, man. Dude, he congratulated me. He said, "I'm proud of you." And I figured out that I was the lamb, man. And I didn't even know anything about religion at the time. I was not a religious man. I didn't realize I was the lamb until later on. I was the lamb because our platoon became the number one platoon because we jailed around me. Shit. Yeah, man, y'all get me emotional. Man. I didn't know that until years later that I was the sacrificial lamb. And I got set up and our whole platoon, we became, they competing, okay? And our platoon in basic training became the number one platoon and everything. And we got the flag, the lead, and I don't know talking. But anyway, we got that and everything. And we got that, and it looked like I was the sacrificial lamb. Mm. Anyway, you can get to the hand.
And now you're writing a book called I Am Messiah.
About second. So get to the hands. Who want to jump on up here?
I think
yeah, who's the hand? Who got the hands
it's
up
Negro
here?
and then Exwell and then Jehovah, I believe.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Negro.
I could tell you this. They saw that unit was quote unquote a problem, so they used that brother over there to straighten out that problem when it came to the leadership of that platoon. That was the observation and the moral of the story that I'm getting at situation just by hearing it for the first time. With that or multiple times, but I do want to get to that question: who can define me and my blackness more than God and me? Um, that might be the case, but there are what they call community social standards, right? And this is something that has been lacking since the day of slavery, that we as a people can now define amongst ourselves at this moment of what blackness should be and the standard that it should be at. Every time we do place that standard, we have the dominant culture that will destroy and smash it. I could point to Rosewood. I could point to Tulsa. I could point to the Negro Leagues. I could point to very different examples of what Black excellence or Negro exceptionality is. And every time it got smashed by the dominant society because they were threatened by it because of their white fragility. So that will be some of the things that I do want to present about blackness. When it comes to blackness here in America and globally, Negroes and Black American folks do set that standard. If other groups like it or not, and it's their job to get in line and either get on code or get out of America. It's really on that type of time because they're in the way of our progress, they're in the way of our development and our advancement as a people. And we have a right to advance ourselves. It's our God given right to advance ourselves. And we shouldn't let any other ethnic group tread on that type of aspect of our livelihood. If we are, then you might as well just kiss our people goodbye. So never allow other people to dictate, especially when they have never made the sacrifices our ancestors have made, from the civil rights to the lynching of our people, to the bombings of our churches, synagogues, and or what I call them, the mosque in which some of those Muslim people are at, and etc. They have attacked those people based off their lineage, not under the guise of what they believe in. So we have to really be frank, honest about that. What they were saying about you not being black, they were saying that you might not meet up to the cultural and social aspect of it. They were not denying that you had melanin black skin or had the lineage of a black American. But what question was your culture aspect and your socialization of being black. So we'd be very honest and frank about that as well. And I think that a lot of people miscue those things. And I will say that is, to close it up, that is a form of inter-ethnic racial discrimination amongst ourselves.
I like what you just said, that Negro. And at the time, as a 18-year-old kid, I had no clue about any of that you just talked about. All I was trying to be accepted among people that I look like. Does that make sense? That's all I was trying to do.
Yeah, I understand. I understand because I come from. Some people say I might have a radical or revolutionary type of mindset. So imagine how I was interacting in a predominantly white area where there's a bunch of black people who are my peers. They'll say, "Oh, I can't work with this Negro here. He's gonna get me locked up." And this is something that I've dealt with on the other end of the spectrum. So I
On the other
know,
spectrum, yeah, I
yeah. So
understand.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Hey, appreciate it, bro. Let's get to the hands of a couple other people and everything. Thanks,
Then we
Negro.
got Texwell next.
Oh, come on, man. Joe in there. Yeah, y'all
No,
seen her.
she wasn't there. She
It's
wasn't a
not
speaker.
her, it's a him, brother. Come on,
Him. I
like that,
can't
brother.
tell. My glass. I ain't my glass.
Man,
Don't.
you need to get them cheaters on deck. You need to get them cheaters
It's,
on deck.
it's Texwell and then Jehovah's.
Okay, go ahead. Y'all co-host. Y'all doing what you're doing.
Go ahead,
Hey,
Tex.
hey, brother. Again, once again, good to be in your company. You and
Yeah.
your
What's
host.
up, Tex?
Hey, what's up, man? The only thing that kind of ruffled my feathers is your statement that you're not black first. And I can understand now listening to your story. Totally understand that how you got to that. And maybe it's something to do with your military indoctrination as well, because we know a lot of brothers that join the military, the military heavy on like blurring the line, making everybody mesh, and like all of us are on the same team type of thing. They really go out of the way to try to build a sense of brotherhood among all the soldiers, whatever ethnic group they're in. So I see a lot. I see a lot of that in our military brothers. They don't. Man, I ain't really into that black thing. But I think that really harms your credibility when you come into spaces talking about. I mean, that's what my opinion. And I think you will be better served not taking that, like saying I'm not black first, because if you're not black first, then you're not black. You might be Republican first, you might be a Democrat first, you might be a businessman first, and that's fine. But when
What
we're
about being a man first?
Or human.
a human, really,
Yeah, we
Understand,
all human.
Romy Martin. I'm a lampshade.
I
I'm a,
mean,
I'm a,
well,
I'm a man.
I understand the analogy you
the
mean.
brother has one head. He don't have three heads. And he's not blue and polka dot. So I know he's a human.
Because well, think about it though. Think about it though. When you walk in a room and you putting out, Master gave you the name. Master said black. Master called you black, and he called them white, and he did that, separating the elite versus the working slave class. Why is it? This is the question. Why is it that we as the people continue to want to hold on to something that Master gave us? We want to let go of everything else. But when it comes to that, we want to hold on to it.
Is that
I'm a
clearly
man first.
Well, look, I'm not. Look,
is that true though? Because I read some stuff
first
and
of
like
all, we're not talking about terminology or identifiers. Like we all different identifiers, right? But we're all the same people. We all
yeah.
descend from slaves. If we don't, then we're not the same people. If you descend from slaves, then you're not the same people. And for all simple purposes, people who descend from slaves have a particular task, particular problem, a racial wealth gap, and you need to familiarize yourself with that.
Yeah, so
All
text.
I ain't gonna
So
lie, you're
text.
not wrong. You're not
So
wrong.
like you just see,
He's on code. He's on code.
yeah, on code, but he's on code based on color constructs. Question is, who
Nah,
introduced the
nah,
color?
nah. I said slavery, not
No, no,
color
no,
construct.
no, but who introduced the color construct?
We're not
Who
talking
put?
about a color construct. We're
Yeah,
talking
but yes, you are.
no, we're not. We're
Nah, he
talking
said slavery.
particular
No,
group.
no, no, no. If you no, but the question is based
Yeah,
on black and white. Who introduced the color construct?
I'm not talking about no color construct. I'm
No,
talking we are
about
particular,
slavery. Right?
we are a particular group of people who have been generationally harmed by policy,
Right.
namely
Exactly.
slavery and these that came after slavery. That's what
Exactly.
put us together. That racial
So,
wealth gap.
so what
Now
was the?
some of us have been able to eat by and get a little money and a little wealth, but that is the aberration in our community. Most of us do not have wealth, and the average black family is heading to zero net worth by the year 2053. I implore you to get familiar with the wealth data.
Yeah, brother.
And I also heard you saying like you don't support reparations, brother. And
You ever heard me say that?
you did say
No, I
Just
did.
used
I don't
a term
support the
called
term. The
inheritance.
term. Right. I like the term inheritance. Okay.
support reparations if you're not
That's
put first. Like if you're not
Nah,
put
not
reparations
text,
first,
not text. He do support it. He just is in it. You can technically say it's inheritance because it's
an
no.
inheritance.
Is he pulling Obama with the
I heard
wordplay?
you. I heard you
Is he
explain it.
pulling it? Is he pulling an
Nah,
Obama with the
nah. As a
wordplay?
matter of fact,
Only
can we
reason I'm
take a
saying it,
second?
I heard him explain
Would
it.
y'all mind if we took a second? If you could do it in less than 2 minutes, Unc, just explain why it's inheritance versus reparations.
Reparations.
Africa's owed reparations. Haiti might be owed some reparations. We're owed an inheritance. Go 2 minutes.
Yeah, I explain it. See, and I didn't come to this conclusion on my own. I came to this conclusion. Listen, in the space with some Jews, Jews. There was some Jews who came to this, helped me to come to this conclusion.
2 minutes.
Here it is. The fact that the Dominic did not pay out anybody, and they used our ancestors' wealth. We know that they didn't pay out anything, but everybody know that they took wealth and invested. America is a corporation. If you don't believe that, America's a corporation. They took that wealth and they invested into who? The infrastructure of the United States of America.
And when you
And
say
I mean,
wealth, you mean sweat equity, right?
I'm talking about all equity, labor, every damn thing that our ancestors did. So anything that was done between 1776 all the way to 1865, they took every dime of that. They should have paid it to somebody, but they didn't pay it out to nobody. But what they did after 1865, and if you don't believe me, 1871, don't interrupt me, man. 1871, okay. There was a new contractual agreement with United Kingdom. Okay, there was a new contractual understanding. That means everyone born after that time, we were citizens of the United States of America. The Constitution, everything. But we didn't get our birthrights and birthplace inheritance. They kept all of that and they invested it to the structure. Now, the reason why I am land, the reason why I can talk about this so good, you all are the first one I said this to. I've said this to people who are not none of you. And what they have me is the most intelligent conversation that ought to be because it's called identity. I'm an insurance agent. Okay. The word identity says if you don't know what the word enemy is, look it up. If you can prove a harm, a loss of wealth can be proven, then there is an intentional payout that must be paid out. In biblical terms, through God, it's an inheritance. But if you don't know how to come to the table and ask for it by proper legal business terminology, then they're not obligated to give you nothing, okay, until you know how to come to the table properly and ask for it. So I hope that helps you to understand. When I we
No,
we need our inheritance, that's a
I
check.
could ask you a quick question
they
off of
do the
that.
same. They do
Would you
that
be
very same thing when it comes to these lawyers. People be having cases.
And
You know what I mean?
second.
Before
Uh,
I
you
wasn't
get to the
finished,
hands, I
brother.
need you to monitor the hands who's coming
No, I
up.
wasn't finished. Yeah, I need to get into this, man, because, like, brother, like, I don't care what you call it an inheritance, you can call it a reparations, you can call
Proper
it whatever you want to
terminology
call
is
it.
important.
What it doesn't matter. What matters is that when you say you support, you have to actually be moving the needle for
And
reparations. And
you,
there's only one.
you
There's only a couple of ways to do that, and that is through the political system, apply pressure for it, and by boycotting, and by spreading the word.
okay,
I
okay.
guess he needs to know
He,
about the March of
he don't know about it, bro.
2017
He doesn't
to
know about it, brother. He
the
doesn't know.
Capitol. And,
He don't
oh,
know
yeah,
anything. I
yeah.
tell Google, they don't read my book. They want to get up here.
Well, my
They
question is,
want to
wait a
here
minute.
challenge me.
What is he trying to say? Because what you just said was profound. Because you have to knowing how to do proper business
Right, that's
is
exactly.
you pandemic, a pandemic of people in America not knowing how to be American citizens, nor how to do proper business. Fuck a parking meter. They ripping you off, and you don't even know about it.
Okay, we got
Investing your money.
y'all moving
we
the
have
goalposts.
With shit.
Big Hawk,
You
Big
heard
Hawk,
Hillary
Big Hawk,
Clinton.
Big Hawk,
You
Big
heard
Hawk.
Big Hog,
Stay on your
stay
mic.
on your mic.
Greetings. Thank you for allowing me to be in the space. I like when you said inheritance. Who can define me and my blackness more than God and me? Nobody. It is the relationship I have with myself, God and me, and what I believe that governs me. Everybody has their own thought of what governs them or who they can. Pennsylvania to Virginia, and when I came to Virginia, I had to fight, and it wasn't white people beating on me or trouble attempting to beat on me. It were brothers and sisters, right? And if it wasn't for great aunts, my grandmother, my great great grandmother, my great great aunts, because I hung around the elders that sat down and talked to me. Them jokers do not define me. And I'm a veteran too. And when I came into the military, I was an East. I went to college. I was thinking of officer in the military. So I did take ROTC in high school. So everybody's experience that goes into the military is totally different. When I got into the military, I wasn't worried about fitting in because I was already used to it because I was in ROTC in high school, right? Games or whatever they try to play. And because I was an E3, they made me a squad leader. And so when you're a squad leader, all the chores that your squad is assigned to and have to be done going to training. And mind you, you got to get back from PT, you got to shower, you got to turn around and get dressed, you got all this stuff to do, and you got to do your chores to get the training, and you better not be late, right? One of these others, she turned around and she pooped after we had cleaned up, right? Because racism does exist in the military, okay? You around people from all walks of life, right? But one of my drill sergeants was a black woman. She was from New Jersey. The other one was from Guam, and then we had Davenport, and he was a troglodyte. So this is the thing right here. She pooped on the toilet after my squad cleaners. So everybody, had to go. The squad had to go stuff because that bathroom, I had the bathroom. That bathroom got to be clean. The drill sergeant got to make sure that motherfucking bathroom clean. So this is what I did. I left that shit on that toilet, and I went to the training spot, and I got that drug. I said, "You better get your ass in there and clean that shit." They thought I was snapped. They really did. It was just disgusting. Grow up like
No, that's real.
nasty. So they turned around and they took my position back as squad leader because the drill sergeant was scared I was going to get away for it. And they talked to me about it. You know what I did? I walked in back. I said, I wish I motherfucking asked 1 year. And that type of DNA that I have in me from my ancestors. We were born right here on this land. Ain't nothing weak about us. We did not come from a slave ship. We're already here. That slave ship mentality, like we are derelicts or uninformed or anything else. I get tired of that. Don't put me in your category. If that's your life, it be your life, but that's not my life. I come from royalty. Royalty right here in the Americas, baby. North Carolina, Florida, and Louisiana. All right, I get you. You thieves, you criminals, you pedophiles, you predators, you bottom feeders. I want my inheritance back by any means necessary.
There it is.
My sister well said, but I do want to just say to you that there were 13 colonies and there were 15 original slave states that manufactured and developed their own. When the Atlanta trade stopped, they were no longer able to go to Africa. America done something like no other country did. They manufactured their own
Slave.
demographics, slaves.
About chattel slavery. I know about
Yeah, I'm just I'm not I'm just saying that there are.
about my DNA.
I'm speaking about yours. I'm talking about mine. I'm talking about where I come from. Okay, and majority there are 15 original slave states, and on those slaves they had plantation. Many of those states had plantations. Okay, and it's called industrialization. That's why I can use these words because commerce, slaves was commerce. I'm a very intentional person when I speak. Slaves was meant for commerce. Commerce was meant for selling. Selling meant for profit. So when you understand and you speak that way, then you understand when I mean that we are owed an inheritance. If they didn't pay anything out to anybody from 1770 to 1855, and they kept all that money in the we who are descendants of those people who were known from in enemy, known that a harm of does done against it. Where did humanity come from? Our God, the same God that supposed to be theirs, but they didn't give us our humanity. But we did come under humanity under the Constitution of the United States. So anything that happened after 1865, specifically 1871, that means that all of us, anyone, and I'm a free now. I just found my great grandmother, 1862, and the Census Bureau or AI is our friend now. Okay, AI is our friend now. See, our ancestors didn't have this technology then, but
When
we do
black
now.
people wake
Me
up
and you all should be excited
and
about this.
become
Not what, but
intellectually independent
them.
enough,
I don't like verified it as AI United States Census because I was able to track my ancestry all the way, putting my grandma name, my granddaddy name, their name in it, and they tracked it all the way up. Great grandma, 1862, from a plantation in Georgia. The Census Bureau said, descendants of Freeman. That's real talk.
Even with that, just let me speak on me and my blackness more than God and me. I feel like we we keep putting ourselves, our demographics of people, in a box. When I'm gonna lie, when I think of quote unquote blackness, I think of God. I think of creativity. I think of the beginnings to the ends of the earth. I think of all this greatness, everything in between. When we talk blackness, yet we gotta stay on code. We in this social box. Like I said earlier, I know geeky blacks. I know nerd blacks. I know all different type of blacks. Black, whatever you want to call them, melanated, whatever. But they like different things than what the societal social norms of quote unquote blackness may say it is. But when we go by this and quote unquote social norms staying on code, oh, we in a box. Why we keep putting ourselves in a box? In that box. Go ahead.
Okay, I just want to make this comment. Who do you think they stole the land from to put them plantations on?
My ancestors were going to keep it. We had a person before you.
Oh, okay. I thought I didn't see another hand, but I'm on my
Yeah.
computer. Okay, all right.
Yeah, my ancestor was only me,
Yeah,
Sean. Go ahead, my ancestor.
Oh, shoot.
yep.
Oh, the land from our ancestors that was already in the Americas to put their plantations. If you think about it, these jokers were the original slaves, and they were. And they brought them jokers over here and stole our land,
When black people wake
bring
up
them
and become
disease
intellectually
preachers
independent enough,
here in the Americas. They even brought in wild boars. Look up that stuff about them wild pigs, how that joker came out of Europe, right? Just like even with dealing with the slave ships, there were certain kind of when they didn't take people, they took minerals and birds and all kinds of stuff like that. And when they brought it over here to the Americas, and now what they do, England was doing it too. This
And God has said, that's why I said, and tucking away from people existing. White Christianity gonna do right by those people that they have harmed. See, I was talking like that.
We do that, right?
That's right. America will not do not load the political game very well. We think just voting. Look at it. We think just voting and voting. No, you got to get in there.
throw it.
Thank
And I
you.
have
And then it's
people know that Negro Black American folks were now allowed to make contracts. So that would make it in and void. That's the first thing why I wouldn't go for that. When people use
There you go. This
I'm
is not a
responding.
conversation that I just pulled out my. This pulling up the word you all wasn't even talking about inheritance and everything. I brought that conversation
a distinct meaning and application. You guys are talking
After
during the
you
time of
see this
slavery.
what
Wait, are you going
you
to
of America already called our ancestors free, but it got lost in the wash, got lost, and but it got lost in the wash, got lost, and
Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much so that you don't want to be around each other.
Mississippi, because that's
And
where I was
I
always
gotta
reported as
push.
well.
Same quote from Dr. Claude Anderson's books. Respectfully.
But
Okay.
that's
Okay.
more of a reason.
more than me and God.
was referring to is that the fact is, uh, he is our friend. Thank
So
when black people wake up and become intellectually independent enough
fruits and things we were doing. Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much so that you don't want to be around each other.
To be exposed in public. All the way back to Miami. I'm a clean kid. All the that got us there. You know how I know that? or you can hear something. When the mediating keep
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh,
it sells everything out. It sells everything outdated. Why they break the rules? The dollars.
Hey,
They call it,
Uncle.
let's do strict.
So they use this in the black household.
Those other communities, they gatekeeping and things of that nature. Stop that. It may and get people to come and shop with us.
Text well.
all right. So this is To me, when you say reparations, contract with that. So when you say inherit, say, all right, I'll do this. I give you 200,000. Everybody get two. Like something that's gonna go with the rest of our lives.
You caught it. You caught it.
Always goes back to us and keep it in the community. Whatever.
Exactly what I was about to come on here. Work on
The
but by that point,
posture.
it's not just one. We already had it.
Y'all, I'm
That's what
Side. Look, man, my song about to die. I got 5 clicks
no,
on
I
it.
got
5 clicks
no.
on. All I'm saying is this: like everybody's got a good point. as a leader, then you got. So what you need is organization, right? But we can come together where we see things alike.
Voluntary association.
Absolutely.
Look at the issues first. We just can't sit back and accept whatever they do. That go wrong with our agenda. That's what they do. They do to every other group. They don't have to even protest a forum, and all the politicians show up. I want to hear what I want to hear, but we don't do that. We just vote for a black Trump for immigration. He's against immigration, but Trump is against reparations. So if you get him in there, you got to hold his feet to the fire. Even though we don't have a lot of black Republicans, they could be the difference Republicans winning in the midterms. Oh, that's another subject. We don't even do the midterms. That's when you choose. If it's a Democratic choice, bitches fight over your vote in the primaries. And the one that wants to win will support your agenda because you have a critical mass of people that can put them over the top politics. Thank you.
Great.
Like that. But the supremacy stuff like that, but in which we saying no. Have a lot of people within our implicit bear the brunt. Need to be the federal government needs the governors are complicit in.
Is Joe there? Said as we at that love all of you, we're strong, but we ain't long. Okay, so we can do this 30 minutes. I'd like to get my partner to do our calling card and everything, but I want each and every one of you to know greatness to this. I have learned a lot today. I had today happen. I needed this to see all of y'all come together here. Let not this. It's about us trying to make sure that we create those conversations ahead of Joe.
Man, this has been I appreciate y'all. I love all y'all brothers and sisters here. And Uncle Michon, the pod discussing and reviewing everything others are afraid to talk about. It's all about what is right for us. I ain't your new black America. I ain't your black. And once again, Joe and
It's off of my book. A book I wrote, dropped in 2023, talking about. I'm not going to go into it all. You relearn.com. Also, believe that Freeman is a very important terminology that's going to. I'm not going to go into an interesting year if we are. In my answer, give you want your voice to be heard when people come to and you give your closing statements. So get
yang to everything, and we their way of playing the game, because it has to be this, game over. We already know what the troglodyte. They're turning around inside. Sisters right now want to put natural. They titties bigger, and that's can change what you were rolls on right now in the school system everywhere. Turning down, and they're a girl and want to be a boy. We are suing that shit, and they incorporate the federal government. The federal government really don't what we are not seeing, right? That we are not seeing. That's who we should think about it. How in the world did they do all this stuff? What happened to that money? Oh, and I agree with the politics. Yeah, we should be up in there. We should be high or whatever, but on all negative. The only time we cancel out another brother and sister, right? And not stick to the mission, man. That's it. That's are you ready to get more excuses? Excuse. Oh, what are you gonna take? What are you gonna take? Someone says, "Oh, the Jew, right? A race. All of our black men like nothing, and like they are animals." Brothers and sisters don't even call their children children. They call them kids. Still have that program power that we have. Put all of this stuff together. And you original inventor. So we can do what needs to be. Brothers and sisters fight amongst each other. Just actually listen to the brother with your ego to ego. Or it goes back. That's when I said I'm a woman, or because I'm leaving femininity out of here. I don't do racism. It's also a part of economics. But we do not practice what the troglodyte practice. That's its issue. If brothers and sisters want to boycott, go right ahead. But where is that going to get you? And his crib, his foundation, what he's saying, what he got in that bank, that belongs. And it's time for us to stop playing games with these jokers, because they can't universe as jokers can't take it. Maybe they can go jump their ass, right? And they commit. What do you say? Let them commit to kill themselves. Or stop making them the focus. Because every time you make them jokers focus back to us, the power comes back. It's like you go down there and you get that thing in the power. I know all idols that they bow down to us when there was a foreign man. Look, the problem with troglodyte. And I
Absolutely. Go ahead, Carl.
Everybody want to jump up here? Who wants to come up and give?
Yeah, I am about to bounce. Only one race. My group, that people group is the American Freedmen. I love my people. That is the human race. We have figured out our status. I land there.
Does anybody disagree with that this week?
Submission. Ultimately, I think, right, what you talk about, what you think more of. The digital algorithm, you looking at, on your time. Sister just said we need to on how, because it's been hundreds of years. We've been talking about it. We stuck within the problem, because here on this earth, way before man, getting different. So yeah, and went and studied how to invest in the stock market. You know what I mean? Talking about earlier, that are the most vulnerable, economic. Kentucky, Wilder is in. He was sharing a story about a 25-year-old, and his circle keeps in real estate. Bring them to the table. Start doing things like that. You learn how to create wealth versus just rich. Since we know the basketball player is rich, I bounce nothing. You focus on really. Friedman is amazing. Yo, they're actually, when he reaches a certain point, everybody who you should go. This has been another amazing show. Mr. just said, Brother Carl, remember, we can learn how to work together for the same cause. So just remember that.
Hey, Joe, and I just want to let them just put it together. This is actually Joe and the narrators is all our people and everything. We put it all together. This is part of where we go. If you've never seen our video, this is our video that us don't even realize. So I hope you on Thursday. This is Uncle Michon. I'm not Joe Black. Thanks each and every one of you being here. Have a good weekend.
Before you leave, because I'm on my computer, not like other people's phone. Can you send that? Because I will also want to share that video.
I will go ahead. I'm gonna send it in your inbox, okay?
Thank you.
No problem. Y'all have a blessed one. Have a good weekend. I hope to see each and every one of y'all back here Tuesday. Peace out.
Appreciate y'all, brothers and sisters.